Oye, 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 espérate y espérame. Pero vamos a hablar inglés.
No me llama Carlos, ese no es mi nombre, te voy a dar un cocotazo. Tienes que entender que soy muy gino, muchacho. Me da pique porque para ti soy un fracaso. Me da pique porque para los hombres soy Pegaso. Me da pique porque transphobia sobrepaso. Me da pique porque ellos son carrasco. Me da pique porque ellos son carrasco. Un carrasco, dale fuetazo. Un carrasco, dale fuetazo.
¿Qué lo que, mi gente? And welcome back to another episode of the VAMOS HABLAR INGLÉS Podcast. I'm your host, La Reina Taina, and it's Pride season. ¿Qué lo que, mi gente? Full on Pride. Happy Pride, everybody. I hope everyone is doing great. I hope everyone is feeling queer. Hope everyone is feeling, your full self, your full, authentic, beautiful self. Anyways, today we're going to be doing another blog reading. Since nobody wants to read my blogs, we're gonna read it together. So, we're gonna be doing two. I have two cool readings for y'all to make it, really, really interactive and tense. So we're gonna be starting with my blog post regarding addressing trans allyship for Pride Month. And forever, y pa' siempre. Entonces, we're going to dive into that, and then we're going to go into the different gender diverse identities that exist across Latin America and Abayala in general. So, yeah, you can find all of these blogs on my website at www.larenataina.com/blog. And yeah, scroll up, scroll down where we need to go to find addressing trans allyship. We're going to start with that one. And then afterwards, we're going to do Exploring Gender Fluidity, Indigeneity en el Caribe y Latinoamerica. So, sit back, relax, get your drink, and pack. The rhyming is not rhyming right now, pero vamos a darlo todo. Again, www.larenataina.com/blog. The title of this blog post is Addressing Trans Allyship for Pride Month y Pa' Siempre, written by Reina Cama Vázquez Sabino. Addressing Trans Allyship for Pride Month y Pa' Siempre. The ugly, scary, lonely truth about trans mental health is that trans people, especially Black trans women, are not seen as human in this society. End quote. In recognizing the critical need for authentic and impactful trans allyship, this blog post aims to highlight the profound importance of standing with trans communities during Pride Month and forever. By exploring the nuances of trans allyship, we emphasize that true support involves not only understanding the unique struggles forced by trans individuals, but also acknowledging and actively challenging the roles we play in perpetuating these struggles. This post serves as a comprehensive guide for allies committed to learning, growing, and advocating for the rights and dignity of trans people. Understanding the importance of trans allyship is the first step toward making meaningful change. However, to fully grasp the depth of this commitment, it is essential to explore the historical context that has shaped trans allyship over the years. The journey of trans allyship is deeply intertwined with the broader LGBTQ+ rights movement, marked by significant milestones and courageous individuals who have paved the way for the rights and recognition we continue to fight for today. By delving into this history, we can better appreciate the progress made, the ongoing challenges, and the pivotal moments that have defined trans allyship. This historical perspective not only honors the legacy of past advocates, but also inspires current and future allies to continue their vital work with a deeper sense of purpose, social consciousness, and respect for trans people. A brief history of trans allyship. The history of trans allyship is intertwined with the broader LGBTQ+ rights movement, though it has distinct milestones and moments of significance. Number 1, early advocacy. In the early 20th century, individuals like Magnus Hirschfeld, a German physician and sexologist, advocated for transgender rights and founded the Institute for Sexual Research in Berlin, which was a haven for transgender individuals. Number 2, Stonewall Riots, 1969. The Stonewall Riots are a pivotal moment in LGBTQ+ history, where trans women of color such as Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera play crucial roles. This event galvanized the LGBTQ+ rights movement, including allyship for trans individuals. Number 3, establishment of organizations. In the 1970s and 1980s, organizations like the Gay Liberation Front and later the Human Rights Campaign began to include trans issues in their advocacy, though not without internal struggles and criticism regarding inclusivity. Founded by Gwendolyn Ann Smith, the Transgender Day of Remembrance, TDOR, memorializes those who have been murdered due to transphobia. TDOR has become a significant day for allies to show solidarity. Number 5, legal and policy advances. Over the past few decades, there have been significant legal and policy advancements often supported by allies. For example, the passing of non-discrimination laws, the recognition of gender identity in legal documents, and the inclusion of trans healthcare in various health systems. Number 6, increased visibility and advocacy. In recent years, the increased visibility of trans and non-binary people in media, politics, and various fields has led to more widespread allyship. Public figures and celebrities advocating for trans rights have also played a role in this increased allyship. As we honor the rich history of trans allyship and the tireless efforts of those who have paved the way, it is crucial to recognize the profound impact of Black trans femmes in this movement. Their struggle, resilience, and unwavering sense of community have been at the forefront of advocating for trans rights, often at great personal costs. Allies must acknowledge that the fight for trans equality is inseparable from the broader fight for racial justice and the liberation of all marginalized communities from the effects of colonization and the hegemonic Western Empire. To truly stand in solidarity, allies must immerse themselves in the lived experiences of Black trans femmes and embrace transformative justice as a guiding framework. This involves a deep commitment to dismantling systemic oppression and actively participating in creating inclusive and equitable spaces. Understanding Trans Allyship, a step-by-step playbook on how to be an authentic trans ally. Make Marsha P. Johnson proud. Number 1, education and awareness. Learn about gender diversity, the experiences of trans and non-binary people, and the specific challenges they face. Understand terminology and respect the pronouns and names that individuals use for themselves. Apologies for the numbering, there's been an editing error. Number 2, advocacy and support. Speak out against transphobia and discrimination in all forms, including microaggressions, especially microaggressions. Support policies and practices that promote equality and protect the rights of trans and non-binary individuals. Show up at rallies, events, and protests to support trans rights. Number 3, creating inclusive spaces. Ensure that spaces, whether online or offline, are safe and welcoming for trans and non-binary people. Advocate for gender-neutral facilities and inclusive policies in workspaces, in workplaces, schools, and public spaces. Number 4, listening and amplifying voices. Listen to trans and non-binary individuals without making assumptions about their experiences. Amplify their voices by sharing their stories and perspectives, while giving credit and space to their voices. Always capitalize the T in trans like you would the B in Black. And number 5, personal reflection. Reflect on your own biases and privileges, and work to unlearn harmful stereotypes and behaviors. Be willing to make mistakes, apologize, and learn from them. In writing this blog, the aim has been to illuminate the critical importance of trans allyship and to provide a comprehensive guide for those committed to standing in solidarity with trans and non-binary individuals. As we have explored, allyship is not a passive identity, but an active, ongoing commitment to justice, equity, and respect. The fight for trans rights cannot be shouldered by trans individuals alone. It requires a collective effort, a village united in purpose. As Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, It always seems impossible until it is done," end quote. This quote embodies the spirit of our journey towards total liberation. Allies are called to disrupt oppressive systems, honor the past, address the present, and build a future where every trans person can live freely and authentically. Let Reina's words of wisdom guide us. To be an ally is to be an active participant in the liberation struggle. It means standing beside us, not in front or behind, but in solidarity, ready to amplify our voices and fight alongside us for a world where all marginalized and colonized peoples are free, end quote. The call to action is clear. Educate yourself, speak out, create inclusive spaces, listen, and reflect. The path to total liberation is arduous, but it is a journey we must embark on together. Let's stand up, speak out, and fight for the total liberation of all marginalized and colonized peoples. Let's make Mandela's impossible a reality. It takes a village, and together we are that village. Trans people are human. Researched and authored by Reina Gamo Vasquez Semino. Published by Reina 2024 at www.larenataina.com. Reina's life motto: to reimagine and challenge the self via art. Our next article that we will be reading is titled Exploring Gender Fluidity, Indigeneity en el Caribe y Latinoamerica. Written by Reina Gamo Vasquez Semino, May 26. Exploring Gender Fluidity, Indigeneity en el Caribe y Latinoamerica. In the heart of the Caribbean and Latin America, beyond the reach of Western constructs, lies a rich tapestry of indigenous cultures where gender fluidity is not just accepted, but revered. These communities, with their deep-rooted traditions and spiritual practices, showcase a profound understanding of gender that transcends binary norms. The sovereignty and total liberation of these indigenous peoples hinge on their visibility and the preservation of their unique languages, cultures, and lifestyles. As we explore the vibrant and diverse expressions of gender within these societies, we challenge the Western world's perception of gender and highlight the thriving alternative systems where trans and gender expansive individuals are celebrated. Join us on this journey to normalize and honor the indigenous legacies that embrace and uplift all gender identities. The people and faiths listed are not grouped in any particular order. They are grouped purposefully for legibility purposes. Group number 1, Quimbanda, Afro-Brazilian religion. In Afro-Brazilian religious traditions like Quimbanda, there is often a recognition of gender fluidity and non-binary identities within spiritual roles. Practitioners may embody both masculine and feminine aspects in their religious practices. Taino, Caribbean. The Taino people, indigenous to the Caribbean, including Cuba, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, and other islands, had a concept of gender fluidity before European colonization. Although much of the traditional knowledge has been lost, there are historical accounts of Taino societies recognizing and respecting gender diversity. Two-Spirit people, North America and Mexico. Although not specifically Latin American, many indigenous cultures in North America, including some communities in Mexico, recognize two-spirit individuals. The term two-spirit is used by some indigenous North American cultures to describe a person who embodies both masculine and feminine qualities. Transvestis, Brazil and Argentina. In Brazil and Argentina, transvestis is a term used for people who were assigned male at birth but live and identify as women or feminine. Transvestis often challenge traditional gender norms and roles within their cultures. Hijras, Guyana and Trinidad. The Hijra community, while primarily known in South Asia, has a presence in parts of the Caribbean, particularly in Guyana and Trinidad, where South Asian communities have settled. Hijras are recognized as a third gender and have unique cultural roles and practices. Berdache, Native American tribes. Similar to two-spirit identity, the term Berdache was historically used by European colonizers to describe Native American individuals who did not fit into traditional gender binaries. Many indigenous communities in Central and South America also have traditions of gender diversity that predate colonial influence. Huehuense, Nicaragua. In Nicaraguan folklore, the character El Huehuense is a trickster who often defies gender norms. While not a direct parallel to the Mushi, this character represents a cultural tradition of challenging gender binaries. Zapotecs of Juchitán. Besides the well-known Mushi community, the Zapotec culture in Juchitán, Oaxaca embraces gender diversity more broadly. The community has a long history of acceptance of people who do not conform to traditional gender roles. Warao, Venezuela. The Warao people of the Orinoco Delta in Venezuela have a tradition of recognizing individuals known as tirabuena, who are considered to embody both male and female spirits and often take on special spiritual and cultural roles within the community. Guna, Panama. Among the Guna people of Panama, individuals known as Omeguin are recognized as embodying both male and female characteristics. They often hold respective roles within their society and are seen as bridge builders between genders. Mapuche, Chile and Argentina. The Mapuche people in Chile and Argentina have a tradition of recognizing machi, who are often shamans or healers and can be of any gender. Some machi are known to embody gender fluidity, performing roles and rituals that integrate both masculine and feminine elements. Cawe, Guatemala. In Guatemala, some indigenous communities, like the Quiche Maya, recognize gender diverse individuals who are known as Cahues. These individuals often take on important spiritual roles and are integrated into the social fabric of their communities. Pintados, Colombia. Among the indigenous peoples of Colombia, such as the Wayu, some traditions recognize gender variance. The Pintados are individuals who defy conventional gender roles and may adopt a mix of masculine and feminine attributes. Yuri and Cariona, Amazon region. Indigenous groups in the Amazon region, including the Yuri and Cariona, have cultural practices and beliefs that acknowledge and respect gender diversity. These communities often see gender fluid individuals as having special spiritual significance. Garifuna, Central America. The Garifuna people who live along the Caribbean coast of Central America, Honduras, Belize, Guatemala, and Nicaragua, have cultural practices that include acceptance of gender diversity. Although not as formally recognized as in some other indigenous cultures, there is a level of acceptance and integration of LGBTQ+ individuals within their communities. Celtal and Tzotzil, Chiapas, Mexico. Among the Tzotzil and Tzotzil Maya in Chiapas, Mexico, there are individuals known as Biningulaza, who live outside the traditional gender roles. These individuals are often respected and have specific roles within their communities. Quechua, Peru and Bolivia. The Quechua people of the Andes have a complex understanding of gender and sexuality that includes a recognition of individuals who embody both masculine and feminine traits. Such individuals often play important roles in rituals and community life. Kayapo, Brazil. The Kayapo people of the Amazon rainforest have traditions that include the acceptance of gender-variant individuals. These individuals often participate in spiritual and ceremonial roles that are crucial to the community. Shipipo Conibo, Peru. The Shipipo Conibo people of the Peruvian Amazon have practices that recognize and honor individuals who do not conform to traditional gender roles. These individuals often serve as healers and spiritual leaders within their community. Ashan Inca, Peru and Brazil. The Ashan Inca people living in the Amazon rainforest of Peru and Brazil have cultural practices that recognize and respect gender diversity. Gender-variant individuals may hold significant spiritual and social roles within their communities. Bororo, Brazil. The Bororo people of central Brazil have cultural practices that include acceptance and respect for gender-variant individuals. These individuals often take on roles that are vital to the spiritual and social well-being of the community. Cocama, Peru. The Cocama people of the Peruvian Amazon have traditions that recognize the presence of gender-diverse individuals. These individuals are often integrated into community life and hold important cultural roles. Lenca, Honduras y El Salvador. Among the Lenca people of Honduras y El Salvador, there is a recognition of individuals who do not fit into traditional gender categories. These individuals are respected for their unique contributions to the community. Quichua, Ecuador. The Quichua people of the Ecuadorian Amazon have cultural practices that include the recognition and acceptance of gender diverse individuals. These individuals often play significant roles in the spiritual and social life of the community. And finally, the Wunan, Colombia and Panama. The Wunan people of Colombia and Panama have a tradition of accepting gender diversity within their communities. Gender-variant individuals often serve as mediators and spiritual leaders. Conclusion: embracing the wisdom of Indigenous gender fluidity. As we reach the end of our journey through the vibrant landscapes of the Caribbean and Latin America, it's clear that Indigenous cultures have long championed the beauty of gender fluidity. These communities, from the Taíno of the Caribbean to the Zapotecs of Mexico, are not just relics of the past, but thriving, dynamic societies that embody resilience, wisdom, and unparalleled interconnectedness with Mother Earth. Their acceptance and celebration of gender diversity are beacons of light in a world often clouded by rigid norms. By embracing these traditions, we tap into a profound source of inspiration and strength. The Indigenous peoples we've explored are the epitome of trendsetters, visionaries who understand that true harmony comes from recognizing and valuing every individual's unique identity. Their spiritual practices and cultural norms show us that a world where everyone can express their true selves is not just possible, but essential for our collective well-being. Now, more than ever, it is time to honor and amplify these voices. Let's make transness and indigeneity not just accepted, but celebrated and emulated. Dive deeper into the rich tapestry of Indigenous lifestyles, learn from their wisdoms, and advocate for their rights and recognition. Join the movement to normalize and uplift gender-expansive identities, and together let's create a world where every person can live authentically and proudly. Explore, engage, and be part of the change, because the future is fluid, and it starts with us. Trans people are human. Researched and authored by Reina Cambo Basquiat Semino. Published by Reina, 2024. At www.larenataina.com. Reina's life motto: to reimagine and challenge the self via art. And that's all, folks. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a beautiful June, a beautiful summer, and a beautiful Pride Month. This is the Vamos Hablar Inglés Podcast. I am your host, La Reina Taina. And as always, mi gente, vete con Dios. Y que Dios te da amor, sabiduría y salud. ¡Mua!
No pasa nada, yo me lo hago.